Okay, so here is an update on the status of the BackBox bash command substitution attack as of December 15th, 2016. It appears that they've made some changes to run the backup jobs in a chroot so that you only have access to certain commands on the device. However, I am still able to execute commands from the simulated customer device. So the target of the backup is able to send commands back to the BackBox worker agent and have those commands be executed. So what I have here in this window, this is a checkpoint firewall I'm using, simulating a customer device, and the latest the latest test that I've done here is this alias that's uncommented here. So all we're doing is we are aliasing the command installed_jumbo_take. That installed_jumbo_take command is something that the BackBox worker agent will run when it connects into this checkpoint device as part of the inventory process. So typically that would just return a take version number of the jumbo hotfix accumulator. The BackBox worker agent is not expecting to get back this output. So what happens is this output is taken back to the worker agent, and then they do processing on this output. We're using a feature of bash to substitute commands. So this is actually expanded. Once it gets back to the worker agent will execute this. All of these, I'm using many of them here. It's kind of sloppy, but ultimately what's happening, I'm setting permissions on a file that I'm about to create. I create a file, priv.key. This file is created in the chroot on the worker agent, and then it's populated with all of this contents. This is a RSA private key that I have generated ahead of time as the attacker, and I have the corresponding public key. And then after that key is put into this file, I'm able to run SSH, again, on the worker agent. All these commands are on the worker agent at this point. SSH, verbose, disable the strict host key checking so that I don't have to type yes if I'm sure I want to connect to this host. Actually, that G I can remove. That was from earlier testing. I is the identity file. I'm pointing it back to the priv.key file that I created just seconds ago. And then I'm connecting to this host here, which is my attacker-controlled host. This could be out on the internet anywhere. I'm not going to run a command. And then here's the real payload. I'm going to open a remote port forward on the attacker-controlled box at port 5557, and it's going to come back to localhost, which is the BackBox worker agent on 443. Now we can get creative with this. We can redirect this traffic to anything that the BackBox worker agent has access to in its LAN segment. So I could connect to other computers, other servers that the BackBox agent is adjacent to. Depending on the firewall policy, I could connect across zones to other things. Really, the possibilities there are endless, limited by creativity. So let's see this work. Move this over here. Now the attacker's not going to kick off these jobs. They're going to be run by schedule, so they won't have the advantage of being able to trigger them on demand like I'm doing, but really that's no hindrance. They can just wait for it to run on a schedule, and that's it, just a matter of time. So I'm going to force a run right now. Oop, there is one currently running. Let me terminate that one. And then we'll just tail the log. So from BackBox, this is BackBox perspective. connecting into my lab Petrucci 2 box, and it's just running this barrage of commands that it does in order to get inventory attributes about the system, to pull back files. It's kind of astounding, all the things that it does. So right now we're just waiting for it to get to the particular command that I've set up, especially crafted, to return back this output that BackBox never expected to get. I probably should have done one of the commands that's executed earlier on, but I just kind of chose that one at random. So bear with me while it runs through here. Oh, I just remembered something. Yep, okay. That port was already listening, so this attempt is not going to work for my demonstration purposes. Let's see, I think it's still open and happy. Let me see if I'm able to demonstrate this here. 17.222. So this would be the attacker controlled device. It could be a host on the internet. Really, it doesn't matter. I happen to be using something else in our network here, but anyhow, so I'm connecting to this high port on the attacker control device. They don't have to worry about firewalls between, blocking that. They're not accessing any of our systems at this point, at this host on this port. This is their system. So they go here. Yep, okay, it's still open. And then what that does, that proxies the connection back through the tunnel that BackBox opened up, willingly opened up the tunnel to my attacker-controlled server in this command here with this reverse tunnel. So at this point, I'm a customer outside of our network, on my own customer network, and I'm able to connect to one of my internal systems, and it's port forwarded through the VPN into the Optiv network, and I'm able to attempt to log in here. I can try and brute force this, or whatever there. Alternatively, I don't have to port forward to BackBox itself. I just kind of thought that was a funny thing to try. I could really port forward to anything else in the Optiv network here, and I might get a login page. I might get DNS. I can query our DNS servers, anything you can think of. So I know I've kind of rambled on here, but that's the demo of that's the latest December 15th, 2016 hotfix from BackBox.